Today I want to talk about something that you probably haven't thought about ever in your life, the pipes in your home. Now stay with me. Usually you're not thinking about this unless you're like me and you're in construction, but actually it's very important to the environment, our water supply, and your overall health. New York City just issued their first drought warning in 22 years. New York City is on an aquifer and has great water quality and great water supply. And for the first time in 22 years, despite all the climate change challenges that the world is facing, we are now having our first drought warning. Let's start with the problem. Most plumbing in the United States is oversized. The standards for piping standards were created back in the 1940s when the designers of them thought that every sink, every restroom, every shower, every toilet should be made like a stadium. And so they have these big, thick pipes that allow, oversized pipes that allow as much water to flow through like a fire hose. Now, why does it matter? Oversized pipes lead to overflowing of water. It takes longer for hot water to reach your faucet with the big pipes as opposed to the smaller pipes, which means that gallons of water, millions of gallons of water every day are wasted as you try to get the faucet to turn on. This inefficiency is not just bad for the environment, it's also bad in terms of costs to municipalities or individuals. In New York, the municipalities pay for water. There's also another risk. The slower the water moves through your oversized pipes, the more likelihood that there is bacteria that forms, like Legionnaire's disease. And you have waterborne diseases that can come from it. There are tools to fix this, mostly for renovations and new construction. Nobody's going to start to rip out their whole walls just to make this change. But for new construction and renovations, there are tools. There's something called the water demand calculator. It's a tool developed by experts for plumbers and builders to figure out what the right size tube dimensions are for renovations and new construction. Now, this is something that probably most has to come from either plumbers and experts or demand from clients, people who are building houses or renovating, because most plumbers are trained with the larger pipes, and so they're less familiar with using it. Now, there are a few states, California and Wisconsin, who have actually adopted these standards in all new construction and renovations. And oftentimes, the right size pipes will lead to thousands of dollars of savings for a client. So if you're going to be building or remodeling or renovating, you should ask your contractor or plumber about this. Ask them about the water demand calculator. Ask them about what size tube dimensions they're planning on using, because it's not just it's good savings in terms of construction costs. It's good savings in terms of amount of water flow. It's good savings in terms of for environmental purposes. As we think about the planet in the future, the risk of drought due to climate change is only going to increase. And so the savings are real. It's something to look forward to. At the end of the day, rethinking about your building supplies as you're renovating is important. Now, in all likelihood, this should be done as not a mandate in terms of standards, but it should be something that is the default. It should be the minimums, and regulations can make up for that. It can say, hey, we want the default to be more efficient pipes unless clients say otherwise. Because droughts are becoming more common. The climate change is upon us, and so we should seek to take actions that won't impact our lives in a tangible way, but will contribute to helping with climate change.